So, the visit of Donald Trump to Britain is nearly upon us. Next week, the misogynist buffoon who somehow got himself elected as US president will touch down here. The question is, does he deserve respect from us when he's here, given that he is the elected president of the most powerful country in the world? Or should we all just let him know what we really think about him and his policies? Personally, I don't believe there can still be a special relationship between Britain and the Trump-led USA. We are just as vulnerable as anyone else to Trump's America First policy, to his erratic behaviour and to his obvious disrespect for international institutions like the UN or NATO. There are no special relationships in Trump's egocentric world. As such, it's time for the British people to let Trump and the American people know what we really think about the Dumbo president they elected. What have we got to lose?
It might surprise you to know, Greg, that Donald Trump doesn't give a toss what you think, and he doesn't give a toss what the thousands of people that will no doubt line the streets when he comes to this country. Because a special relationship between countries isn't about people. It's about substance. It's about decisions that are made between the UK and the US that affect our national interests. Just a figure here. The US-UK trade relationship is worth 160 billion quid. The UK and the US are each other's largest contributors of foreign direct investment. We have £1 trillion invested in each other's economies. Now, let me finish. So, for us to say to him, for us to give him the two fingers and say, we don't want you here, it's stupid and it's short-sighted. The fact is, this government has to deal with him because of this country, because it is one of the biggest countries on the planet and he is one of the most powerful men on the planet.
Right, I agree with that. That's not an argument against the individuals in this country standing up.
But he doesn't care. Do you not get it? He doesn't care.
No, but they care.
No, who cares?
The people who are going to go out and march are going to say, we don't believe what you say, we don't like what you are, we don't like what you represent. Did you just hear
the figures I read out? You cannot pay off the most powerful
hang on, you mustn't confuse the
planet.
relationships between government and government than between the people. This is a guy who's coming here who's a misogynist, who's extremely unpleasant. Are you going to go on protest? Am I going to go on the protest? I haven't decided yet.
Do you think you will?
Are you?
No, I am not.
So why would
why would I go on a protest about Donald Trump? Listen, the American people or the American system elected Donald Trump as their leader because that's who they wanted. And actually, there is many people that actually respect what Donald Trump's doing because he is delivering on the campaign promises that he said he would. Whether you like those campaign promises or not is irrelevant. Should we listen to what he actually thinks of all this in terms of America First, etc.?
From this day forward, it's going to be only America First. America first. Every decision on trade, on taxes, on immigration, on foreign affairs will be made to benefit American workers and American families.
America first. Now, regardless of what you think, Mr. Dyke, there will be so many people in America going, yes. And I would suspect there'll be a great number of people in the UK thinking, if only Theresa May was sitting there going, UK first, UK people first, UK country first. So it doesn't matter what we all think. And actually, to come back to your question, will I be protesting against Donald Trump? Absolutely not.
Right,
isn't it shameful?
Afua, how about you?
So I disagree that the American people are really pleased with Trump. He is 55% of Americans think that he's emboldened racists, and half of Americans think he is racist. So, you know, I don't think Americans are enamoured of him, but you know what? As we all agree, we're not American. It's not our election. They voted for him, and we can't do anything about that. But what we can do something about is what happens in this country. Now, I'm not going to be totally naive, right? We do deals with America. Everyone in the world trades with America. You know what? Other countries are not inviting Trump on some red carpet tour of the nation to hang out with the royal family and stay at Blenheim Palace. That's what we're doing. And for me, that sends a very dark statement about what we value, which is we have our so-called British values, which are about equality, tolerance, respect. We are happy to trade them in at the drop of a hat for someone who comes along offering us some trade deals. And I just want to remind you what is at stake here, because this is what Trump is about, right? Here is the quote that, you know, you might not have heard it for a while, so I'm just going to do some revision, where he said, I've got some Tic Tacs in case I start kissing her. I'm automatically attracted to beautiful women. I just start kissing them. And when you start, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the This is the man who said that Mexicans are racist, who said that Maxine Waters and a Republican African-American woman had a very low IQ, who said that white supremacist violence was on both sides.
What the bottom line is we have to do business.
If we don't stand against that kind of president, then we don't stand for anything. And then what does that say about us as a country?
I think I'm correct in saying I'm the only one on this table that has been to an anti-Trump protest. Is that correct? Right.
Yeah, I
protested protested the travel ban when he first tried to introduce it. It's since been approved by the courts in America. But I would say I wouldn't protest President Trump merely visiting the country.
It's not merely a visit.
Why would you? It is.
Allow me just to say what I think. I think there's a difference between protesting specific policies and measures and protesting the head of one of our strongest allies coming to this country to have a conversation with the head of our country. And that difference is important for various reasons. One of them is that specific measures have a tangible result, and protest fatigue and, just basically shouting at people with no end goal in sight, I think, is a bit of a waste of time. But the other is, of course, if you're protesting merely his visit to the country, it does give the impression what we're really saying is what the Mayor of London said, is you're not welcome here, when, of course, we have to have a relationship.
Imagine, why are all these protesters...
Thank you, Carol. The last thing I'll say, I wish it was always that simple, is that I do worry sometimes, and, I protested the whole travel ban because he called it a Muslim ban, and I was outraged. I do worry sometimes that we are...
upheld, by the way.
Yeah, I know, and I've been speaking against it, but I do worry sometimes that we are also in danger of not giving credit where credit is due. Now, on the subject of North Korea, on the subject of bombing ISIS when it was needed with 0 casualties inflicted, but especially on the subject of the economy, did you know, for example, and I'm rather impressed by this, African-American unemployment is at lowest since... No, wait, 1970 what?
But why?
Okay,
wait, 1972.
Because I don't think that's his legacy.
All
I think that's the legacy of the previous administration.
Were
Most
going to
economists
take
say that
to the
he can't take
streets.
credit for that.
Why weren't those protesters out when the Chinese president was here? Why weren't the protesters
out? Though, when Saudi came, they were.
You really
have a right
think
to
they'll be
protest.
anywhere near as many? Why weren't they out when the Saudi Arabian president, when Ceausescu came? All of these people, cruel dictators.
Ceausescu's been dead for...
Doesn't matter. He was a leader. He was in charge of a murderous regime.
I think they don't have expectations from them. They have expectations from the leader of the free world. That's probably why.
Don't you think it's shocking that Theresa May and this government has been cowed in inviting Donald Trump because of the fear of protest? And while they were cowering in corners, not doing it, France, Macron, you just have to let you finish. Macron just jumped right in.
Let's just take a look at the famous moment when they did actually meet. Now, what was wonderful about this moment, of course, is that they were holding hands. But, of course, she didn't hold his hand.
That's creepy.
He grabbed her hand.
That's creepy.
And would never let it go. The truth is, his America first and the eccentric way he deals with it is not friendly to the UK. And it's not friendly to Europe.
Greg,
he actually regards
60 billion trade deal. That's pretty friendly to the UK.
I don't know if you know about trade deals, but presidents can't stop trade deals. Most trade is done.
We have to keep it.
No, we will keep it. It won't make any difference. Trade is done by businesses, one to the other.
It's very short-sighted.
If he starts bringing in...
To tee off one of the most powerful men on the planet.
Now that's your moment.
That's
exactly what should happen. Your moment says, despite him being misogynist, despite him being racist,
and let's not forget,
I'm talking about your protest. I don't think she will give a damn.
You two, I've got an idea. You two go to the protest together. Have a nice day out together.
I'm not going to the protest.
And let me know how it was.
That would put me off going, I think.
I'm like you. That's really nice, Greg.